First blooding in chat. Whooping. You guys rock. Alright, game number 2 in this best of 9 between these teams, but still I need to remind everybody it's a best of 1 between these players. You lose and you're out. But it looks like NewRoSoft is bringing out their big guns, so to speak. Spawning in the lower left corner of Ultra Team Stronghold is going to be the blue Protoss player, NewRoSoft's Welmu. Oh, damn it, I thought I grabbed some water before I started casting. I'll have to do that during the next game. That's when we'll run our first commercial break, I guess. His opponent, though, over to the lower right. Playing for yoeFlashWolves, just won a game versus Night End. It's going to be Leenock. So 1-0 in this best of 9 series, plus he gets to continue playing, it's always a good feeling. But I do need to remind everybody, Welmu is the Korean killer. Nay, the Korean slayer. As when he qualified his team, and I'm saying him, single-handedly qualified his team to play in Acer Team Story Cup Season 3. He took out some of the best, including MC, Yoda, and many others. So, very excited. I think Hyun was even in that lineup. Yeah, Hyun was in that lineup too. So very excited to see how he's going to do here against Leenock. Now, Leenock, yoeFlashWolves is going to get this funny story. Back once upon a time, like, who were the yoeFlashWolves, right? Like, I think they're a big team in China. A lot of people from Taiwan especially knew about them. But realistically, the only player that anyone knew was San. San for a long time, especially last season's Team Story Cup, as he played the Joker for... Oh gosh, I can't remember which team off the top of my head. But San pretty much like won every game he played in the Acer Team Story Cup. So it's kind of scary to consider. Like, you've got Leenock playing really nicely right now. He's up 1-0. Great. It's a decent start. But you can always pull San out if you get a little bit worried. And that's what I really enjoy about the Acer Team Story Cup. But you'll always hear me talking about during the cast for the Acer Team Story Cups because it's so cool. The dynamic of like strategy being involved. But wow, what the hell? NewRoSoft. Okay, it's a fake out. It's a fake out. This is actually really cool. I like this move. It's unfortunately it looks like Leenock's not falling for it though. After having Night End do this in game number 1, this is actually a great mind game to do here in game number 2. Even lets the pylon complete, really committing to this. And Leenock's going to try and hold position here to make sure that cannons can't be built within the mineral lines. But of course, if you build them over here, they're not quite in range of much. Still cool moves out of Welmu, but Leenock is not going to fall for it. Having gone for that earlier hatchery and the pool delayed anyways, not a lot he could have done other than pull drones. So I think for him, it's like, okay, if I lose that base, I lose that base. I can always take the safer one back at home. Oh, Welmu. What a... It was a cool move, for sure. I would have loved if he actually followed this up with a forge, by the way, and actually did, like cannons. It's like, okay, you think you saw through my games? Well, see through this. And then throw down, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 cannons. But the probe gets out of there alive, which is always nice. So he'll have that scouting capability later. You can put pylons down if necessary. Having gone for a Nexus first himself, a little bit greedy. But it's nice, because this map, unlike most, your natural base is covered by one very slim, very narrow ramp. So it's not exactly easy to send 12 lings across the map, 6 lings across the map, and punish your opponent's natural for going hatchery or, say, Nexus first. I do like Leenock's choice to take this one as his natural, by the way. It's a little bit bold, and it is and can be a little bit dangerous. But the advantage to taking this one out is when this mines out later on, he'll have this much safer third that he doesn't have to worry about defending so hazardly, I guess? Cautiously. There we go. English. Anyways, the result's going to chase down a couple of these lings. They're going to get towards the mineral lines of these probes, but I think even the probes themselves should be able to deal with this, yes, especially if you just stacks them up. So Leenock gets a really nice scout, but that's about it. A couple more lings actually slip by too. I take that back. This probe may die.
First blood.
Alright, Mothership Core comes out. Should be able to keep these alive now. In the meanwhile, third base from Leenock just now finishing up. Pylon did get taken out by that queen. And, I don't know, pretty normal stuff. He took his gases a little bit delayed like we saw him do before versus Night In. So he's... I think for Leenock, his mindset right now is he's just playing the same game. Alright. NewRoSoft, send out whatever Protoss you have. I'll play finely versus both of them. Nice force field there to catch the lings, though. Like that out of Welmu. Subtle. It's the subtle things that matter the most. Did you see the robo, though? Oh, that was actually a really big force field right there. That was not just a subtle force field. That kept the lings from scouting the robo. I had assumed they had already seen it because they've been running circles around the base, but This hides the tech path that NewRoSoft's Welmu is going for. I don't know why I said NewRoSoft. It's Welmu, guys. This hides the tech path that Welmu is primarily going for, though. I mean, it's one thing to know there's sentries out. It's another to know that there's immortals behind them. And it's even more important to know that there's no Stargate. So for Welmu, he's playing a little bit, I guess, with the element of surprise in his hand. We do see Leenock investing in a Roach Warren. If he invests in a ton of roaches, well, he's going to regret it, that's for sure. The Lilling does die, and lots of gateways being slapped down. Oh my god. If this doesn't give it away, I don't know what does. Because right now, that's going to be 7 gates revealed straight up. You don't go 8 gates, you don't go 9 gates. 7's the magic number, combined with a forge, a robotics bay, a robotics facility to get those immortals out. So what Leenock wants to do, or what Welmu wants to do, is make sure Leenock only sees the gateways. That he doesn't see that robo. If it's a 7 gate, if this looks like a 7 gate, not an immortal sentry element, but if this looks like a straight up 7 gate, then Leenock gets roaches, Leenock gets lings, and he prepares for this in a manner that is inefficient. But not quite sure what to be worrying about. Leenock still, despite investing in the roaches, because he needs to one way or another, let's be honest, gets the spine collars down too, and I like this choice. This will help out a lot. Spine collars are absolutely fantastic when it comes to dealing with force fields, and the big reason for that is they can't be force fielded. You can't push them away. You cannot segment the spine collars away from the rest of the army. So Leenock's going to have his roaches and lings somewhat be inefficient in this upcoming engagement, but the spine collars should be able to hold true here. Now, what Welmu is doing is pushing with very small force, despite having gone for 7 gates. This isn't 9 sentries. This isn't 11 sentries. This is a bit worrisome, and this probe's going to be caught a little bit off guard. May actually force a recall out of this out of Welmu if he does get caught with his pants down. Trying to keep that army alive, trying to keep it safe. I don't know if Leenock's actually seen the immortals. I know he's seen the sentries. He knows that much is coming, and he knows that Welmu's really looking to push here. But that's a lot of zealots and not a lot of sentries warping in behind this. I am really worried about this, and Leenock can always come in from behind too. All the force fields will go down here on the front, and if that happens, Leenock comes in from the behind with his reinforcements. But a Warp Prism's got some zealots inside of it. Not sure what he was hoping to do with that. Immortals are doing a ton of damage, and there's only 2 spine crawlers involved with the fight. But again, for Welmu, he has no sentries. He has no energy. He's got no capability of continuing to push into this and completely segmenting out that army. And it's not even this army at the front. This looks really scary. Welmu's like, ha ha, you've got nothing, I'm good. Oh crap, what's that coming from behind? Roaches and Zerglings. Spine crawlers do go down, and Welmu's army looks really scary. But I do need to remind everybody here, there's almost no force fields left, and he's going to have to fight 2 battles at the same time, from the left and the right. Drones are kind of pulled, and this force field's going to run out soon. There is no energy for a recall. He's forced to fight these roaches segmented off. Good fight here, though, out of Welmu. Don't get me wrong, he's in a good spot, but Leenock's got a massive army supply lead, because roaches, well, roaches are cool, let's be honest. Still continuing to bat back and forward. Gotta be careful. He's got a lot of zealots in this army and no way to connect them to these roaches. If he had force fields, he could hold them in place and use the zealots to buffer, but oh, the immortals are exposed. The lings get on top, and the roaches trying to focus him down. Nice pickup out of Welmu. Keeps that one immortal alive, but it's so damn low he can't drop it anytime soon. He does try to unload it, but Leenock's cleaned up a lot of the sentries. These zealots aren't going to cut it, and there's no damage behind these sentries. Warping in a couple fresh new units, so the roaches are looking pretty strong. If there was another immortal here, this would be a different scenario altogether, but loses his last immortal. Now down to sentries and only zealots. No +1, no tech, nothing to follow this up. Welmu's looking pretty bad here, guys. This push was really scary, and it's not over yet, but as long as Leenock keeps making lings instead of roaches, he's going to be perfectly fine. Oh man, even if he doesn't make anything, Welmu picks up the last couple sentries he has. If he's had energy, he could drop in the main, force field off that ramp, and maybe go for the main base, but I don't think that's even an option right now. Glowing blue and pretty, but that's all he has really going for him. Dark Shrine went behind, says chat, and I'm going to have to agree, but unfortunately I think it's 2 behind for even a Dark Shrine at this point. 7 gateways and no real damage done. He didn't even hurt the drone line that much. 2 workers have died so far this game, and Leenock is replacing the spine crawlers he lost. And that's all the damage he took. Army supply traded out, sure, great. But those spine crawlers are the only real damage that got done in that fight. Now there's roaches lurking about, and we do have a Hydralisk den on the way. But the further this goes, the worse it's looking for Welmu, guys. Now, granted, there are still 2 sentries here. He might be able to do a little bit of damage to this mineral line if he can force field off one side and then the other and use the zealots to shred the drones. But he's going to have to kill a lot of drones to make this worthwhile. Granted, his worker count's not exactly suffering, and he is working off of 2 bases. He's got a couple of mortals at home. In fact, he'll have 3, some force fields. These roaches can't bust through the ramp anytime soon. So Welmu's still in this for a little bit, but not feeling great about his chances. This is what it boils down to. Oh, he's getting a lot of damage done in this mineral line, but Leenock, did kind of stack the drones up, so almost nothing killed again. 7 workers dead now. Oh boy. So this is gonna be a bit rough. I keep saying that, but I mean it. 26 more Lings on the way. The army supply is more than double that in the favor of Leenock, and the reality is, as long as Welmu stays at the top of the ramp for a fight, Leenock can never push up. But if Welmu gets contained on 2 bases for the rest of the game, he might as well tap out anyways. So, small little roach hit squad coming in. Lots of Zerglings just spawning too, so we'll be able to scurry those across the map real fast. It actually forces a cancel on the Nexus. Mortals are going to shred those roaches as they retreat. It looks like it is going to actually be a Dark Shrine. Went behind and all that. We got the Blink fall up to this too. With the War Prism being still alive, the Dark Templar could pay out effectively. I mean, there is an Overseer, however. No Spore Crawlers was what I was going to point out. But if there's detection already, then it stops Dark Templars before they can even begin. So Spine Cars coming down for safety as well. War Prism trying not to reveal that it's there, but coming across the map with a rather large army and a 3rd base that is exposed and, quite frankly, asking to die. There's no Colossus for this. There's no Archons for this. There's nothing to deal with this massive swarm of units that Leenock has. There's no area of effect in Welmu's army. It's just Immortals and almost Blink Stalkers. Nexus goes down. Pylon going to be taken out as well. Continuing to inch forward. Ling's going to flood up that ramp if they can, but nope, there's that force field. Like I said, all you need is 1 good force field and you can hold this ramp. Guys, a couple Dark Templar walking. Actually, I like this. There's no detection here just yet. A Spire on the way too. If you can pick up that Spire before it finishes, that'll be really nice. Because the last thing that Leenock, or sorry, that Welmu can afford to deal with right now is Leenock going for a lot of Mutalisks. But having gone for drones instead, not a terrible choice. Warps in a couple Zealots towards that natural base as well. There's a Spine Crawler there waiting, however. Welmu gets a decent amount of workers for this. Can't really complain about his damage that he did there, but unfortunately, it's nothing to cripple his opponent. +1 weapons did finish, though. Worth noting, giving him that much to go for him. But the War Prism's done for now by the looks of it. And this army, this string line of red coming across the map. It's Hydralisks, it's Roaches, it's a lot of Lings. But it's just, what it really truly is the frustration that he can't engage Welmu up that ramp. But Welmu, despite not having a 3rd, oh man, what is he doing in the middle of the map like this? A couple force fields go down. It's a good spot to start the fight, but it's not a good place to take the fight. He doesn't have more force fields behind this. Sentries are being focused down as well. Now it's just Immortals and Stalkers versus Hydralisks? Lings? That's not going to work. Oh, for Welmu, I think he was hoping to go for like this big counterattack that would win him the game, but Blink Stalkers, they'll do a little bit. I guess, like, this army can deal with the Hydralisks, I guess, but not against a flood of Lings behind this, and especially not if there's a huge Mutalisk investment beyond this. Welmu at this point, I'm pretty sure he says, alright, I'm all in. There's no way I'm securing this 3rd base. I can't get my economy to a point where I can sufficiently stay on 2 bases. I have to go. And Leenock says, okay, fine, bring it on. I'm putting out 6 more Spine Crawlers. I got Mutalisks galore, some Hydralisks and Lings to greet him. No force fields, guys. This is primarily Blink Stalkers and 4 Immortals. There's a lot of damage in this army, and don't get me wrong, Welmu has the potential to win this if everything goes absolutely perfectly, but Ling's already on top of the Stalkers, microing like a beast, though not blinking all the Stalkers back. However, this lets the Immortals get focused down by the Hydralisks, and Leenock's army is looking pretty good. Warping more behind this, but Welmu says, nope, I just don't have enough. Good game is going to be called, and that'll put yoeFlashWolves up now 2-0 over NewRoSoft.